Hello, my friends. My name is Gerdes. I'm just a professor trying to provide context in the war in Ukraine. So, as you know, Putin was inaugurated, using the wrong word. He was inaugurated for, I think, the fifth time now, and this was the big story yesterday. What would be interesting to see would be how it was carried on Russian state media and what was said. So we're going to look at the Russian media monitor. They do great work. Special thanks to the Russian media monitor. And we're going to just watch what they say. I'll read it, and then we'll comment on it as we go. So here we go. We have a special program for Russia this historic day. For the fifth time, Putin assumes the position of Russia's president. A president-elect swore an oath comprised of 33 words, and then they get into this montage, and I'm just going to fast forward through the montage. So here we go. Okay, the montage is done. Now they're going to start talking about it. Here we go. Of course, the ceremony of Vladimir Putin taking office is the main global event discussed by the whole planet and covered by the Western media. But we are interested in the opinion of our people, guests of the ceremony. Right now, let's go to the Kremlin. Live, on air with us is the head of the Chechen Republic. What are your expectations for the next 6 years? What goals are there before the Republic and the country? And then, in what journalists would call a metaphor alert, there was total silence. It was very strange. It was technical difficulties, but it was like, I don't know the goals that we have. Nobody's given me the answers. You've given me the questions. Ramzan, can you hear us? No, he can't hear you. And he doesn't know the answers because Russian state media hasn't given it to him yet, even if he could hear them. But they're having these technical difficulties. We have some connection problems with the Malachi room of the Kremlin. The ceremony of Vladimir Putin taking office has just concluded. Ramzan, do we have a connection? Can you hear us? The studio of 60 Minutes. We will try to establish a connection. Okay, again, it's like a metaphor alert. Of course, all you saw the ceremony of Vladimir Putin taking office. It was a colorful ceremony. One more time, we will try to establish a connection with Ramzan Kadyrov. Can you hear us? Again, long, awkward pause. Okay, they eventually do establish a connection, and then they start spouting stuff. It looks like technology is letting us down today. Well, it could be worse. He could speak. Oh, here he goes. Our leader is a man who knows how to save nations. Save nations. The way he is saving Syria and other countries. That's how he saves nations? The way he saves Syria? Ooh, okay. The way he is bringing order to Luhansk and Donbass, Zaporizhia and other regions. Today, I can confidently say that we need to strengthen our current economy. Wait a minute. Today, I can say that we need to strengthen our economy is not really high praise. Today, I can say that the economy is at the highest that it's ever been. That would be high praise, but that's kind of weird. Okay, that we need to strengthen our economy and to become consolidated on a political front. How much more consolidated can you be? Shaitans, that's evil spirits, impose sanctions against us. That's the West. They unjustly impose them against us. We have to punish them and put them in their place. And during the next 6 years, lead our people into the future as long as the president's health allows. He should remain president. We have no other candidate. Well, it's true you have no other candidate, but you could have had plenty of other candidates. But at any rate, I digress. We have no other leader. If there was a global election, people of the world would elect Vladimir Putin as president. Okay, I don't know if he really believes that kind of thing or if it's just trying to talk him up like, look what a great man this is. Regardless of what anyone says in any other country, we have representatives there. Everyone loves our president. Everyone gives President Putin the thumbs up. Well, not necessarily the thumbs up in some places. Okay, Chechen Republic knows the goals that have been set by the president. First and foremost, the well-being of the population. Ramzan, we see the reports by our defense ministry. Our valiant troops are moving forward every day. We remember your statement. You said that we will win this year. How do you see our victory? Well, okay, they are making progress. It's costing them a fortune in lives, but they are making progress, but it's not a lot of progress. How do you see our victory? How far should our troops go? So he replies, if it was up to me, I would have destroyed the place where a bunch of shitans are sitting. Zelensky and his circle. Our president is wise and forward-thinking. Unlike me, I think we should be attacking more proactively. So wait a minute. So they're not attacking as proactively because Putin is wise. Okay, let's keep going. To strike very harshly while we have time during these months. We should be taking the nearest territories. We should certainly take away Odessa and Kharkiv. Yep, I hear this again and again from people in high positions in Russia. Take Kharkiv and Odessa. And if you can take all the way to Odessa, it's just an easy short step to Transnistria and Moldova. And then to sit Zelensky down and force him to sign all the papers that are needed. We should take all of Ukraine's territory. You heard him say it just now. We should take all of Ukraine's territory and either turn it into an allied nation or make it Russia's territory. Again, you heard it with your own ears. I'm not making this up. Okay, now they pivot to another story. Fox News expressed a certainty that if Donald Trump returns to the White House, it will be much better for Putin to deal with America. It probably would be. I can't say that for sure, but let me briefly remind you, says this commentator, one of the best known scenes in a brilliant classic film by Sergei Einstein, Ivan the Terrible, the coronation of Ivan as Russia's autocrat. Ambassadors were standing there and tells one another, Europe will not recognize it. The smartest one of them says, if he will be strong, they will recognize it. Let's stop there. That is how Russians look at Putin. If he's a strong man, they'll have to respect us. It's almost like a mafia-like scenario. Unfortunately or fortunately, this is constant. This is how it was, is, and will be in this world. In the near future, until communism is built or some other kind of paradise on Earth is built, it should be noted that Putin demonstrated this strength. The most unique thing about this ceremony that is coordinated in detail is something that did not happen before. A visit to the cathedral to bless Vladimir Putin for a new presidential term, right? So the church, the Russian Orthodox Church, is in the pocket of Vladimir Putin, and we all know that. Now that's a little bit of a different scenario than in the West, where the tradition has always been like that, and at least in the United States, from George Washington forward, the presidents would go to a church service. They would hear a sermon where the ministers would enjoin them to, uphold their office faithfully. But it was a little bit different with Kirill saying some different things and saying, I hope you last till the end of the century. That's different. That's dictator kind of talk. In a special church ceremony, even though I am not a believer, I have always said that the Patriarch of Moscow and all Rus is one of the main political thinkers of modern Russia. Is he now? Unfortunately, there aren't many of them. He doesn't say anything without thinking or a purpose, or a script. I added that. By the way, about Ivan the Terrible, do you remember what the Patriarch said? I heard it along with everyone else. He said that the president of Russia has to make fearsome decisions, terrible decisions. Today, however strange it is, whether anyone likes it or not, Vladimir Putin should become Vladimir the Terrible. Okay, that is the greatest summary of the way that they're thinking about this. And again, this is state media. This is Russian state media. This is the controlled narrative that they want to put forward. Putin should become like Ivan the Terrible. Tell me what you think about that. Put that in the comments below. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.